Yo, what's good, everybody? This your boy 005 Dynasty. I'm back with another video. And first and foremost, let me start off by saying shout out to all the channel members and shout out to all the subscribers for 005 Dynasty. Much appreciated. And shout out to any and everyone who has donated to 005 Dynasty. I appreciate you guys. Now, don't forget to Google me as well. Anyway, so we have a big problem in the hip hop beat making community, or if you want to say hip hop content creator community. And I kind of struggled with trying to find a title for this video because I was thinking about calling people fake. I was just thinking about calling people terrible. Like, because, guys, man, this is very, it's frustrating in a sense of like, I know the right way to move. I understand the right way to move as a responsible human being on this earth, and how to conduct myself and how to portray a message. And I'm seeing other people not knowing how to move responsibly, not knowing how to portray themselves, and not know how to like convey a message to the people. So we have a lot of content creators, people who create content for ad revenue, money on all these platforms, especially YouTube. I have no problem with people creating content for money. I'm doing it myself, right? But I have a problem with people who are creating content under the false pretenses that they know exactly what they're talking about, and they should be the teacher, they should be the college professor, they should be the mentor, whereas they know that they don't know what they're doing, but because the people on the other side of the camera lens are not understanding that they should question who is their teacher, who is their mentor, who is the person who's instructing them and giving them information, and they take any and everything anybody else who has a little bit of clout or a little bit of, the mojo to get in front of the camera and speak as the word, as the gospel, as like, the end all be all, as like, their God and Savior. Whereas it's a problem. It's a problem with people who minds is trapped and they move like a societal norm, like society's norm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the best way I can put it. Everybody's living the same life, just moving and waiting for the next person to say, do this, do that, or this is great, this is excellent, or try this, try that, or follow my direction. And the problem that we're running into with this, guys, is that you got people who are leaders, especially on YouTube, who are controlling the algorithm, controlling people's mind, which means they control your mental real estates, which is the most powerful thing you have is your mind. And once that goes and you go, and they're moving the needle in the wrong direction. Why did I just say all that? Because you have content creators in the hip hop musical community who are posing as musical producers when they don't even know musical production, and they are not real musicians. And since they are not real musicians, they don't understand music, and they don't understand music theory. They don't understand the logic of music. They don't even, half of them don't even know how to play an instrument. And the ones who do know how to play an instrument, they fall into the trap of trap music and boom bap and, drill and all this stuff. They fall into the trap as well. Even though they know how to play music, they still fall in line because of what society deems as successful, great, and what you should be doing, and what the person who doesn't even know music, who is listening to the music, and they're accepting it as this is greatness, then the person who knows how to play music will fall in line and start doing repetitiveness. just one loop type beats, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But they know music, but they fall in line because they want to chase money. And the people who don't even know how to play music, they're creating false narratives on music production and putting out this music that's very repetitive. And it's not music. It doesn't progress. And the people who know how to play music that are trying to play the same monetization AdSense type money game with the people who don't know how to play music, they don't even put these people in their place and say, no, you shouldn't be doing tracks like that. You shouldn't be telling other people to do tracks like that. I know how to play music. I went to school for music. I had somebody teach me the right way how to progress a song. But they don't say nothing because it's the go along, get along gang. And if you go against somebody who has 100,000 YouTube subscribers, even though you know how to play music, you're afraid that they're going to send their subscribers fan base to attack you, and then you're not going to get the subscribers that you want from them because it's all about money. It's all about popularity. It's all about fame, and it's not about music. And that's the problem, guys. It's not about music. It's in every form of life, guys. It's when you got schools, it's not even about schooling anymore. It's about money. It's about propaganda. It's about politics. It's about getting elected. It's about all that stuff, guys. Even at your 9-to-5 job, it's all politics. It's never about doing the job the right way. The person who does the job the right way gets demonized. And I'm one of those people. I go into work, you tell me these are the rules and regulations, I follow the rules and regulations, and even my boss is breaking the rules and regulations. And if I say something, they're going to try to fire me. So I got to be quiet and fall in line. You see the game, guys? Same thing on YouTube. You got to be quiet and fall in line because they're going to send people at you. Because these people are so dumb and blind, and they are falling for the trick of the content creator who is supposed to be a musical producer, and then they come to your channel and attack you because they are in love with this person who has manipulated them and is literally controlling their mental real estate. It's kind of crazy when you really put it into perspective and you really, really think about it. So you got these guys and girls on YouTube. They're doing beat cookups. They talking about let's work on beats. I'm gonna make a song. I'm gonna show you how to make a full song. Or they're just doing it and you're watching them. They're controlling your mental real estate. And what they're doing is, guys, they're doing this. They're making one loop. And that's if they're doing that. Meaning they get on the piano and they play a progression out. 2-bar progression, 4-bar progression, or even an 8-bar progression by playing the piano or playing a guitar, whatever, you know what I'm saying, or a sample or something like a flute, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. Or they're sampling. So if they're sampling, they don't even need to know music theory because the loop progression that they're sampling from is already played out by somebody who knows how to play music, if you get what I'm saying. So they just take a piece of music and now they're going to start creating with that. Now, I'm not hating on the samplers, guys, and I'm not hating on people who are following me who are sample-based music producers. I'm not hating on you. I'm just trying to tell you and give you context on what these influencers are doing, and they're not helping. They're not helping. And most people who do sample, they're sampling because they've seen these influencers. They influence you to sample. They show you how to sample. They show you the sample way instead of influencing you to go to school for music. Find a local, you know what I'm saying, piano teacher. Go to college, learn music theory, learn chord progression, learn the circle of fifths, the circle of fourths. Learn it all, man. Learn music, right? But they influence you to sample. A lot of them, almost all of them. Sample, sample, sample. Every single advertisement on these platforms is saying sample. They got this new plugin out by Output that says, like, yeah, just put your song in here, then it'll find a new sample. Everything says sample, sample, sample. They all talking about taking a sample, taking a sample. Nobody is saying go to school for music. There's not one advertisement, guys, that's saying go to school for music. Go to school, go to school, go to school. Music theory. Learn the full embodiment of music theory. So what they're doing is, guys, they're getting a sample, and then they loop it up. They might do some chops or whatever, but it's still a sample, right? They have to get the loop. Once they get the loop, they add a percussion, possibly add a bass line. And if they don't add a bass line, they add an 808 kick drum, and that acts as if it's a bass line when it's not an actual bass line. You know what I'm saying? It's just bass. It's just repetitive. Boom, 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 boom. But it's not a legit boom, 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 boom. It's not a real bass line, guys. You know what I'm saying? Now, when they get they full, like basically progression, we're gonna call it a progression because they made these chops work, right? And it loops as one progression, right? They get that one progression, and now they say, we're going to form a song now, guys. Then they start with another sequence, and in that second sequence, they start taking sounds away from the original sequence, and now they're saying like the second sequence is adding emotion, or it's adding this and this. How is it adding when you took away? You're subtracting sounds, and then you're saying it's adding to the song. No, it's not. Or what they're doing is they're doing like they'll do a second sequence. In that second sequence, they'll take the sample and they flip it in reverse, or they'll speed it up, or they'll put like an effect on it. Now it makes it sound different. So it's supposed now, since it sounds different, but it's the same. It's the actual same loop. They're saying that the song, now they're forming a song. It's progressing. So now they start doing this throughout the whole sequence that they set up, the whole song they set up. So they might have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 sequences, maybe 5, I don't know. And now with each sequence, the only thing they're doing is they're taking sounds away, and then they put the sounds back in. So if you do a 8-bar loop and there's no bass line, and then the next 8-bar loop you put the bass line in, now they're saying, yeah, this is the chorus part, guys. I put the bass line in, and now it's groovy and stuff. Or they take the high strings out, and then they put the high strings in from the one loop, guys. That's not music production, guys. That's remixing what you already have for that one sequence. That's spreading a false narrative. That's making people think that they can make a song literally by doing that. Now, you know something, guys? Now that I'm thinking about it, when I first started going on YouTube and talking about music, I remember saying like I could do a whole song with only just a 2-bar loop, and I was doing that. I was taking sounds in and out, man. Shame on 005 Dynasty for doing that, man. But see, I was doing that because I didn't fully understand music production, and I could be a man to say it. But you want to know something, guys and girls? I know music production now, and I know music theory. I know it. I understand it, guys. I write it on paper as I'm doing my song, guys. Look, I got it in my pocket, man. I'm doing a song, and you probably can't even see it. It's in pencil, and the song is in C major, which is on the bottom. But I wanted to go to A minor. I wanted to go to A minor for the verse. So I wrote it on a piece of paper. And once I wrote it on a piece of paper, I was using my fingers. I was using my fingers, guys. I was using my fingers, and I was counting. I was counting numbers, because there's numbers also in music production. And I was like, what is the tonic? So the tonic was C, right? But then when I go to A minor, the tonic is A. So then I was like, okay, what is the dominant fifth, you know what I'm saying, of A? Or what is the subdominant? What is this? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, A, B, C, D, E, fifth. I was like, E is the dominant for A minor, you know what I'm saying, or A, you know what I'm saying? So that would be a good chord to pull me back to the A. So I'm doing this in my head, but I said, all right, so now I'm matching up the chords between C and A. C major and A minor. What would be a good pivot chord to transfer from A minor going back into C. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to do that because I already did a chord progression going from C major to A minor. I already did it. It's on the MPC upstairs right now. I'm making a full song right now. I already did that. So now I'm writing the chord progressions out and I'm doing it in my head. I'm doing it on my fingers and I'm playing the piano trying to figure out how to go from this to that. I'm progressing the song, guys. That's music. That's progressing. That's progressing from secrets to secrets. That's moving the music. That's moving the emotions, using the tone, the semitones, the major chords, the dominants, the super dominant, the subdominants, the middle C or whatever. There's so many different lingo, the terminology when you're dealing with music production and piano. You know what I'm saying? What are the diatonic chords in C and all this? And I got it in my head, guys. And I'm trying to put it in my mind and move it and play it out. Not even thinking about no bass line, percussion, no nothing. I'm thinking about the song from the perspective of my emotions and from just starting with the piano and the progressions. Guys, listen to what I'll tell you, guys. These guys and girls are on these platforms acting as if they're a piano player or a musical composer that is playing the piano from the beginning of the song to the end. Think about what I just said right now. If you go online right now and just look up a pianist playing a song, they play that piano from the beginning to the end. That's a musician. They're gonna play. And when they're playing the piano from the beginning of the song to the end of the song, they're changing the key of the song to embark emotion throughout their progression of the song. So if they're playing the piano for like 3 minutes or 4 minutes, they never stop to take the piano out. They don't stop to take the strings out and say, "Oh, this changes the emotion when I take the strings out, so it's a different part of the song, and I could use this for the chorus." No, they add or they keep it the same, then and just change key signatures. And a lot of you guys are probably like, "What is this guy even talking about? Key signatures? What is the key? What is this key?" You guys don't even know. You probably don't even know. Because the content creators who are supposed to be musical producers who are just glorified beat makers or who are just glorified remixers, if you really want to call it what it really is, they're just remixing, moving sounds around and subtracting once they get a loop, don't know this information. So they are not real musicians. They're not real musical producers. They're glorified beat makers who just happen to get placements with this limited knowledge that is acceptable by the people because the people have limited knowledge. And since the people have limited knowledge, they'll accept anything instead of them progressing themselves. Because people don't progress themselves because they don't understand they need to learn to progress themselves. People don't understand that they need to better themselves. They need to elevate themselves. So since they don't understand that they need to better themselves and elevate themselves, they'll fall for anything from someone else. They'll fall for anything. So this guy say, "Oh, we're going to sample, and when we sample, we're going to start taking sounds away." Then the next person is going to say, "All right, cool, yeah, that's music, man. And also, you got this person to rhyme over that. All right, cool, yeah, that's music. I'm gonna call myself a musical producer too. I'm gonna do the same exact thing you're doing. I'm gonna chop up a sample, and then when I get to my next sequence, I want to change it up so it's not one loop going throughout. So I'm gonna pull the bass line out here. In the next sequence, I'm gonna put the bass line back in, but then I might take away the strings. Yeah, it makes it sound good. It makes it sound different, guys." And they're saying the song is progressing that way. But the song has not even uplifted to the next key signature. The song didn't go from C major down to A minor, back up to C major. It didn't do that, guys. You know what I'm saying? It didn't go from, you know what I'm saying, it didn't go from like, I guess, I mean, so many different, the thoughts running through my head, but it didn't go from A minor to E minor. You know what I'm saying? Or it didn't go from like, you know, G, you know what I'm saying, G major to F major, or it didn't go to, or it's like say like they didn't even use a diatonic chord. Like they don't use diatonic chords. They don't know how to do like A minor to a B. You know what I'm saying? Diatonic B. They don't know none of this, guys. They don't know. They don't know any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to do inversions. They don't know first inversion. They don't know the natural C. They don't know what a natural C is. They don't know what a harmonic C is. They don't know what is a first inversion. They don't know what a second inversion is. They don't know what a sus2 chord is. They don't know what a sus4, you know what I'm saying? Suspension 2, suspension 4. They don't know when something sounds unresolved. They don't know what's a dominant chord that's going to pull you to the one. They don't know, you know what I'm saying? They don't know one, like the 1-5-1 or the 2-5-1 sequence. They don't know that. You know what I'm saying? They don't know relative minor or relative major. They don't know like C major and then the A minor is the relative minor. But why does that matter? They don't know this stuff, guys. They don't know C and A, and you know what I'm saying? And then when you from A to G, or no, from A to the 4, which is F. So A minor, which is the 6. So you go C is 1, A minor is the 6. You go to the 4, which is F. You go to the 5, which is G, back to C. They don't know this stuff, guys. What emotion is that doing? You know what I'm saying? Are they playing one shots, or are they playing like you know what I'm saying, chord progressions, or they playing arpeggiated chords? Are you playing a chord and then you play a melody inside the chord? So you play, they don't know none of this, guys. They're not teaching you how to progress in music, man. They're not teaching you anything what I'm saying. They're just getting one loop. They're getting one loop by playing it out, or they're doing one loop by sampling, and then they're just taking sounds away, putting sounds back in. Taking sounds away, putting sounds back in. That's not progressing. That's not a pianist. That's not a guitar player. That's not a bass guitar player. That's not progressing the song, guys. Not going from this point to this point. It's just not, guys. It's not, man. It's not. It's not. Why you think that these songs can't hold up to a ballad? Why you think songs that all these amazing records that Adele has done, like, you know what I'm saying? All of her songs, or Celine Dion, why you think those songs do millions of trillions of dollars? Because they have so much emotion. They touch your emotions. Why do you think these songs are in films? They go from They move the record, man. They move the record. And why you think, hip hop is very stagnant and people say, oh, hip hop is dead? You don't hear people saying cinematic music is dead. You don't hear people saying ballad music is dead. No, you don't hear people saying classical music is dead, because it's music, guys. They teach classical music in colleges, man. They don't teach hip hop. I saw one person teaching hip hop and basically was teaching people how to sample, and it's stealing, basically. I'm being respectful. You know what I'm saying? I sample too. I used to sample, but we know it's deaf, man. You know what I'm saying? Deaf in the sense of like, you didn't create that first original piece, man. Somebody else created it. So just because hip hop say it's an art form, doesn't mean you didn't actually take from somebody else, man. And then you have to get approval after you take. But instead, why don't you just use your heart, mind, body, and soul and play your instrument out the same way those people that you're sampling from did? And I'm not hating disrespecting samples. Trust me, guys. I'm just trying to wake you up so that you can start playing on your own. So people can start sampling from you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's besides the point. These guys and girls online, guys, I'm telling you, they're fake, they're phony, they're a disgrace, they're the scum. They just only trick and manipulate you, make you think they know what they're doing in music production when they actually don't. They literally have no idea, guys. I'm telling you, they have no idea what real music production is, because they don't want to try, because they're lazy. They're lazy. They don't want to better themselves. They don't want to progress. Listen, guys, I'm sitting here in the middle of the hood, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the richest person in the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't go to school for music and none of that stuff. I mean, I did, but I'm talking about right now, right? And even when I went to school for music, that was for audio engineering. So they were teaching me how to solder wires, solder the PC boards, do audio engineering. It's like all the science behind it. You know what I'm saying? We had a music theory class in there, but it was just one class for a certain amount of time. But most of the other time, we were learning how compressors and all this stuff were built. You know what I'm saying? EQs and all that stuff, the consoles, we learning that, how to record and things of that nature, setting up big studios, ribbon microphones, and come on, man. But guys, listen to what I'm trying to say. I still have the mindset to say, I want to be a musician. I want to be better. I don't want to be a sampler. Not hating. I'm saying I just don't want to sample. I don't want to take for somebody else. I don't want to make a song, but the song is basically one loop, and I'm just taking bits and pieces out, trying to I'm faking the emotion. I'm faking the emotion instead of playing my stuff out and then learning real progression and then adding. Because when you do that, then you really understand you can really add so many levels to the piano, so many levels to the flute, the harp, so many levels to the sitar sound, the bell sounds, so many levels. And it becomes a real progression, real emotion. You get what I'm saying, guys? So please, guys, if you are watching this video, you need to stop, man. I mean, stop supporting, following, listening to somebody who's doing what I just said they are doing. And you know who I'm talking about. All of these top people that are controlling the narrative that y'all go run and watch for gear. They talking about gear, product all the time. Oh, get the new gear, get the new product, get the new plugin, get my MIDI core pack, drum pack, loop pack, sample pack, follow my tutorial, all this stuff, my masterclass. When all these people, and not one person is talking about music theory. When we're talking about music, those people, when they make one loop and they start taking sounds away, as soon as they start doing that, you know what type of time they're on. Stop watching them. Go start watching people who played and teach the piano, the guitar, cinematic music, classical music. Buy yourself a circle of fifths. Learn that thing. Learn the circle of fifths. Learn how to play inversions. Learn what the scales are, what the diatonic is, the tonic is. Learn it all. Music theory. Stop trying to rush for money and placements and sample type beats and trying to get a placement with these artists and just doing these trap music and all this dumb stuff, and learn music. And maybe, just maybe, you might be the next musical composer for a blockbuster film instead of playing around with this hip hop thing. Or, you know what I'm saying? Which is a minute, small part of music production when you think about it. It's just a money grab. Hip hop is a money grab. People know they could use it for a money grab because all you guys just want to get groovy, or you know what I'm saying? They know that you guys don't even know real music. But when you watch those big blockbuster films, when you watch the big blockbuster films, guys, peep the music that's in there. And I mean really, really peep it. Really, really peep it, man. Really, really, when you watch Marvel, DC, like the big the real film industry, not the fake movies or the little budget movies, or the movies that they know as a money grab. They could get you with the little bit of hip hop that they put in there. The real films, Avatar and all this and that, all these big films. Listen to that music. Listen to it. Even video games, listen to the scores. Listen to the video game scores, not the ones that are the money grab, not the Fortnites and things of that nature when they put the hip hop and all that stuff in there because they know they just want to keep they want to keep the black and brown people and keep getting money off of them. It's not race, but you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Listen to the real scores, the real video games that had composers from over in Japan and China. Those people out there creating the amazing music using the piano and their voices, and they singing opera and all this stuff on tracks for those video games. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Listen to how those songs progress, the emotion, the emotional journey they send you on, how they touch your mind, body, heart, and soul. And then somebody like the content creator gonna come and sample that and say they're a musical producer. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This your boy 005 Dynasty. I'm gonna get up out of here. But I'm telling you guys, these guys are terrible and they're fake. They don't know real music production. They're not real musicians, and they know it, and that's why they're faking like they're real musicians. That style of music production that these guys are doing is fake. They're faking it like they're putting a real song together. They have no idea how to do it. They just have an idea of how to manipulate you and control your mental real estate. And that's why they're winning. It's on you to change. This your boy 005 Dynasty. Don't forget to Google me. And also, shout out to all the channel members for 005 Dynasty here on YouTube, and all my subscribers, and all the people who are emailing me. I appreciate you guys. Check out the merch store. I got hoodies in there. You can go into my community feed and see the hoodies. Go into my community feed and see the hoodies. Check out the hoodies. And if you get one, let me know, man. Take pictures with it, send it to me. I'm going to document it, write an article about it. We're going, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This your boy 005 Dynasty. Don't forget to Google me. And I'm out.